Law enforcement lined the halls of Kootenai Health today as Sandpoint officer Eric Clark, who was shot and wounded on patrol Monday, was released. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nadine Woodward. 2 officers were wounded in the shooting. They have a long recovery ahead of them. Officer Michael Hutter, a 30-year veteran, was shot in the leg and chest. He was released from Bonner General Hospital yesterday. And Officer Clark, who joined Sandpoint Police in 2015, was shot in the hand and neck. Police say 28-year-old Brandon Kuhlman shot those officers as they responded to an apartment in the Ridley Village Monday morning. Kuhlman was shot and killed at the scene. In a story you'll see only on KXLY4, our Kyle Simchuk spoke to Kuhlman's grandfather, who called police that morning. Kyle, that man found himself in the middle of gunfire and he suffered a heart attack?
Well, yeah, Nadine, that man, William Crawford, told me that his grandson suffered from schizophrenia and on the night of the shooting actually snuck into his apartment, stole his handgun, and was high on drugs when he shot at police. William Crawford spent most of the day sweeping up broken glass and cleaning blood off his kitchen floor, where his grandson, 28-year-old Brandon Kuhlman, died after shooting 2 Sandpoint police officers. At least one of them returned fire. Crawford says his grandson lives nearby with his mom. He was schizophrenic and recently stopped taking his medication. On Sunday night, Crawford, who lives in the Ridley Village apartments, went over to a neighbor's and left his door unlocked. He says his grandson snuck inside and stole his .45 caliber handgun, the only weapon he doesn't lock up. When Crawford returned, he found his bedroom light on and his gun missing. Kuhlman was at his mom's house, and Crawford says he went over there to look for the gun. He even searched his grandson by patting him down, but says he could not find the weapon. Crawford brought Kuhlman back to his apartment and continued searching for the gun. He says his grandson was high on meth and heroin and was out of his mind, seeing spirits and paranoid that police were out to get him. By 3 a.m., with the gun still missing, Crawford called police and whispered into the phone, asking them to come arrest Kuhlman. When Crawford opened the door to 2 Sandpoint police officers, Kuhlman pulled out the gun he had been hiding and shot them. Crawford ran outside, suffered a heart attack, and collapsed in the snow. He remembers his grandson saying, "I'm dying, I need an ambulance," before collapsing on the kitchen floor. And Crawford told me that he is beyond thankful that both of those officers are okay. He knows that they both have families. He says that his grandson was out of his mind and had no control over himself or his actions, which cost him his life. Crawford told me he tried his best to save his grandson, but it just was not enough. Reporting live in Sandpoint tonight, Kyle Simchuk, KXLY4 News.
Thank you for that, Kyle.